Well, we got some early morning detecting going on. That's my twin brother out in the water already, if you can see his little lamp. And we're in a spot we really like to see some wash from the last couple storms. I'm not picking up anything yet. This is an interesting little piece that used to hold down the old big wooden windows in the house. Nice piece of brass. It's kind of interesting how that piece is glowing in my light. Came up a 9 signal, which is right around the gold mark that I like to see. And we're suspicious there's something. I'm gonna say it's a bent bracelet, but it could be a really big hoop earring. And based on the number, I was saying gold, but I'm not really sure. I have a hard time pulling up a number off this thing right now. I do like the way it looks. This one looks old. It looks like a nice spoon. It's got some nice color to it. Nice design. I can keep it away from this guy. Can I have this? I know it's yours. Can I have it? Can I have it? Pretty nice. I don't know what's taking him so long. I sent him the text. But you don't want to sleep on this kind of stuff. That is a 14K men's engagement ring all the way. It is identical to the one on my hand, strangely enough. What a great find. We might have a hot spot again. Fantastic. This one I had a hunch. I knew I was in an older spot. You can see this. Oh, yeah, there you go. Stuff sticking out of the water. Stuff is gonna get caught in here and it'll sit for years and years. And this one looks silver because it's got that black caked on tarnish. I saw it already. It's, there you go. It's a Standing Liberty. It's beat up, but that is the oldest quarter in this spot found yet, so that's a good sign. Standing Liberty. Maddie's on the other side of the bay. Said he already found a 14K ring, so most likely I'll end up his way. Well, now that the sun's coming up, it's just absolutely gorgeous here because it is so rare that you will see the water this clear. I was out in about 5 feet of water and I could still see the bottom, which usually you have about 6 inches. But unfortunately my wader started to leak high up, so I had to shallow it out. But I could not convince my twin brother to get down here because he just sent me a text message that he found a Standing Liberty quarter. So he's staying down there. So whenever you get a second coin, it's kind of confirmation you got an older spot. And we're looking at a nice, one of my favorites, buffalo nickel. There you go. That's right after the Standing Liberty. So let's stick to this spot. See if we can find anything older. Well, I know I just told you my brother pulled out a Standing Liberty silver quarter, but this is definitely a silver quarter also. Look how nice and black it is. 1944, I believe, which is caught right here on the waterline. Well, get ready for a couple. I don't believe it. This is a choppy, junky signal. And I'm seeing something really awesome in there. And I can't believe that whatever was in there is gone. That stone that opened up. It's like a beautiful silver ring. It's got some history to it. It's got a little design on the side. But what was in this thing? Son of a gun. Awesome ring. Awesome, awesome ring. I think I just found the tiniest little bell And I don't think this is a fisherman's belt they would put on the end of the fishing pole. I have to clean that up. This one I thought was a quarter signal. Rang up high like a quarter, but it's some sort of badge. And it's big. It is a big badge of some sorts. I can't quite make it out. Atlantic, something or other. Brooklyn. We're gonna have to clean that up and we'll be able to make out what that says. Something Corp. I don't know. We'll check that sucker out when we get home. See what it says. It's heavy. Well, he's finally coming over. I'm very curious to know what he got down there because he was there for about 2 hours. He never came over here. Pretty little flower, little gemstone. Doesn't look precious, but nonetheless. Fancy little necklace charm. With some flare on the back, or the front, I should say. But it doesn't look precious. Now, as I'm waiting for this guy to corral in, I figured I would do just a quick at the location junk clean find. These are all the junky things that I wind up cleaning up when I get home. But I figured why not just give it a quick clean in here and videotape the silver bracelet that you found.
Oh, you didn't get a video yet?
No, not yet. I want to see that. Some interesting pieces in here, but the really good stuff, yeah, really good stuff is in that pocket of my waders right now. So I'll be showing that in a minute. All right, let's see that thing. Oh yeah, that's silver all day long. Dainty little thing.
Long. See how it connects on the bottom?
Yeah. What's on the other side of this little heart? All right, you got a couple little diamond chips in there.
There's the badge.
Oh, look at that. More important. What is that? Well, where did that come off of? It's heavy. Can't really read much of it. Life float. Something life float. Maybe it came off of like a rescue boat. Something Corporation. Oh, that's gonna be cool to clean up. That's heavy as Hector.
Yeah.
Life float.
Grass.
Something. Yeah, you got to clean that up and send me a pic. Oh, that just happened to be my silver ring too.
In this new section of my videos, I'm going to show you something that I found prior to me ever having a YouTube channel. Some special finds that I've never been able to put on my channel, I'm going to do now. This absolutely amazing piece I found about 15 years ago, buried really deep on a beach. It's a silver ring, and if you can notice there, imprinted on it are the dates 1914 to 1919. It's just a 19 after that. And there's some really nice decorated flowers that were hand decorated on this ring. I'm not really sure what they used to do it, but it has a very typical style that's indicative of trench art. This amazing piece is well over 100 years old. It has an incredible amount of history behind it, being that it was made probably during World War I by a soldier who wanted to have something commemorative from a war that they thought was going to be the war to end all wars.
Well, we're just trying to chip off some pieces from the side here. It's not easy. There's a knife. Appears to be a knife popping out right there. And I might have a coin. I'm going to chip out here. Oh, came out anyway. Hoping it's a wheat penny to show some age. No, it's a memorial. So it's not super old. I'm going to bang out a little bit more here, see what pops out. Try and get a piece back big enough that I can look at. Just look at all this stuff coming out of here. It's crazy. And that stuff is so wedged in there. It doesn't want to break off. More fishing string. It's coming home.
You always want to see this kind of erosion, but not so much when it's really just plastic coming up. This is an old plastic truck. Look at this thing. No, it says 1950 on it. Look at that. Processed plastic, Montgomery, Illinois, made in the USA, 1950. Yeah, I'm gonna get that off the beach. It's just junk everywhere. Plastic. I'm gonna walk down this line and see what's been washed off. It's a really nice long piece of rope right there. I might just have to take. This just isn't a happy sight. Plastic. 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 And find the rightful place for this stuff. Here's a great section of the wall that's been broken down. And it's really high up, so you get a good idea if there's any kind of older bricks, older stones hanging out. You can see there's some debris in there, bricks. I don't know if you can really catch how tall this is, but this hill's about 3 feet above my head. And what I'm really looking for, unfortunately not the plastic, is if there's any old bottles popping out that got pushed up against this maybe 100 years ago. But I'm not really seeing anything. It was interesting enough to stop and take a look at. I get really upset that it's all mostly plastic from the dump. Well, sometimes you just gotta love the design on the bottom of some of these pieces, which I started to collect. This one in particular has a really cool star design. What's this little? Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna lose that. Brass fragment. Let's look at this again. King of distraction. Yeah.
Look at that. That's cool. Too bad it's not the whole piece. I just love this view. But I also love picking up copper wire, copper pieces. I'm going to show you in a minute just how much copper I've picked up in about the last 3 to 4 months. I got it in a bucket hidden on my porch. But this stuff adds up, and I'm going to recycle it at some point and get some cash for it. Well, here's my ever-growing pile of copper. That's about a 3-gallon jug. Oh, look at you, little bugger. Good, you're dead. Those are the spotted lantern flies. But this is all copper. You can tell it's all starting to turn green. And this is even a big slab of copper. So I'm going to return that and recycle it soon for some mad cash. And here are all my lead weights. And if you can see, that is about up to here. And I think I've finally lost the ability to pick this up with one hand. That's a tremendous amount of lead, all off the beach, all out of the ocean in the last 2 years. So I'm going to recycle that, but probably to fishermen, because lead is super, super cheap. I wouldn't get much for that at all. You know, things have been moved around, and sitting right on top, I walked past this thing 1,000 times, is a nice long spoon. I don't think that's plastic, but it could be. It is. Son of a gun. Damn plastic. Curse you. Just take a look at these two monster slabs of uranium glass. How do you not take that home? These buggers are gonna glow. Videotape a little bit of my scraping. I think I see a decent section here that is showing some stuff coming out. So I'd like to, you might know what that is. I'd like to do a couple scrapes here and see what pops out. You can see all the stuff embedded in here. There's a can there, some glass popping out. Looks like good wood. Get into, and maybe a marble will pop out, or a coin. I'm gonna scrape and look and see what falls. Not where I got a bottle coming out. Square, twist off, no embossing. Not a huge winner. Scrapes in here. See if anything's sitting in deep. Nothing. You never get lucky with live digs or live scrapes. It's always when I got the camera off. I'll do a little bit more. And then edit the junk out. That's in there hard. See if it falls down from the top. Sometimes a marble will pop out. Cue the marble right now. It's not working. I don't know what the heck that is. Junk. Piece of huge pot. The rest of it is no, we're not getting anything. Alright, I'm gonna move on. It's like a fishing spot. Once you don't get anything, you don't want to spend too much time there, because there's so many other available spots to target. Hold the phones. We got something here. This is my 10th scoop. 10th scoop of nothing. And look at this beauty that just popped out. The Daymaker. It's a little bit bigger than I'm used to. Finding here is a gray color. All right. That made it worth sneaking out of work so I can get over here and get back real fast. I got an appointment in about 45 minutes. Maybe I can pull out one more marble. All right, coming down to the wire here. I only have a couple scoops left of me. But in one of those scoops, look at this guy. That's a great looking button. I'm not sure what it's made of. It's awfully black looking. But this section I'm digging in, that duck laughing at me, seems to have some slightly older stuff coming out. So I gotta get a couple more digs in before I gotta shoot. Now I'm hoping this is a bell. I'm not really sure. It sure looks like it would have been a bell. I would have imagined this piece would have been a little taller. Do I see any knocker in there? What would have been a knocker? Don't really know for sure. But it's a great piece nonetheless. I'm a little confused. What do you think?
Boat is out there.
That thing's enormous. Some days are clearer than others. It's awfully clear today. See anything out there?
Nothing out there. There comes a boat coming in, way out there.
Where? The white one?
In spite of that white one, they're coming in.
It's not a fishing boat though, is it? I have to drop my headphones. Huh. Looks like your camera's leading the way. What are you hacking up a lung about? Oh, looks like we're walking on a Florida or maybe even a Hawaiian beach. Not quite. I'll take it though. That's a nice little drop off. Don't roll yourself down the hill. It's a little sleeper. So you know I didn't get any sleep last night. It's a little steeper than I remember. Oh, why is this not low tide yet? Why is that thing showing up over there? Those docks. There's fish in the water. See the shade right there where the bird just dropped? Those are all bait fish. Well, it didn't take long till I lost him. He's down there already. But I picked up a really, really deep signal. It was very faint. I just had a suspicion I should dig for it, and I did. And look at what came out. Look at this fancy thing. Now I have a very strong feeling I know what this is based on the shape of it. It's kind of a sad result. I believe that is something that carries ashes. of someone's poor departed loved one, and they would have held this around their neck as a necklace, and that's all silver. I'm pretty sure this is what this is. Maybe there's a way I can find the person who lost this, which is the second thing I have on the burner right now, trying to find the original owners, and from the same area. Look at the depth of that thing. All the way down at the bottom. I just pulled this out, and it does look interesting so far. And it's even a little bit more interesting. This is an old, I'd say it's a teaspoon. This thing's been down here for a long time. I'm gonna be very careful cleaning this guy out. Although she looks more copper to me than anything else. Yeah. I'm not sure. This thing's got some history to it. Cool piece. That was deep. Now I can't argue with the number coming up on this equinox, because you always love to see the number 10. And there's something funky going on in here. It's old looking. I'm not seeing gold, but potentially I'm seeing ring. Nope. The infamous shotgun shell. So close. Same number as a ring. It looks like a shotgun shell. Strange little hole. Well, I'll clean it up. Thought it was a ring. Shotgun shell, I think. Might be some writing on it. Well, if it wasn't for the fact that I can already see it's not a precious metal surrounding this thing, but when you pick up something like this and turn it over, and whammo, there's that pretty of a diamond sitting in it, chances are it's not real. I will still certainly go home and test it. You can help me test it. Well, I'm trying to do my own specialized gridding pattern here in a good section on the beach. I got a quarter way up there, which is a great signal. But then I just got an earring here, which is creating a lot of distance. I was hoping to shorten my search down, but this doesn't shorten it at all. It's obviously not precious metal, but it's showing some potential for this section. So I'm gonna have to grid lock. You know, not real happy that this popped out of a clump. I was banging real hard to see what was in there. That's a nice little bullet. Well, I just knew that one sounded a little higher than a quarter. Just the tiniest higher squeak, and sure enough, it's a Sacagawea dollar coin.